Hey everyone, I'm Mine. This is set number 30591, Titanium Mini Mech from the LEGO Ninjago theme. This is a Polybag, which is currently available at Target in the US and retails for about $5. As you can see, this is a miniature version of Zane's Titan Mech, which is originally a set from Possession in 2015 and just had a Legacy remake this year, and also had a mini Legacy remake in this set right here. I usually don't get these like micro scale sets. I believe this is the first one I've ever gotten and built, and I kind of love it. I'm kind of impressed by how good this is, but the size of this is shockingly huge. It's disappointing it doesn't come with any minifigures. Like, if this came with Legacy 3 Zane, this would be an incredible polybag, but even without minifigures, like, this is a shockingly large build. It's only like a little bit smaller than the Marvel mechs that exist. The body's definitely a lot smaller, but the way they do the arm joints and everything is very similar to the way the Marvel like minifigure mechs are done, which I think is pretty cool. But you can see like the sheer size of the torso right here is pretty large. I don't know, like I expect very small builds from polybags, I guess, and I guess not including a minifigure allowed for them to include like a more substantial build here. But I really like this, and I think this is a really cute like little model that like, hey, if you don't have room for the whole giant Titan Mech, you can have this on your shelf and it still like represents it pretty well. It's got a good amount of posability too, right? You can see it has leg joints, knee joints, arm joints, elbow joints, and you can just move it around in a few different directions. And like there's just such a wide range of motion you can get with this guy. And again, for only a $5 polybag, that's really impressive. The entire torso can also turn just like this, right? So again, even like more options for motion. So you can have it in like a dynamic pose where it's swinging its swords like this, or you can have it just sort of like standing up, and, just like facing forward as normal. I just love the possibilities here. The size of this is really substantial. And again, as I said, it's only $5. Like, you get a lot here. Like, I think that's super, super cool. Looking at the sides, you can see the arms that's holding swords right here. You have this little, like, slope piece coming off right there. There is the shoulder pads, very similar to the ones in the actual mech that are triangular. You can flip those down if you want, or you can keep them up. The feet are pretty big and allows it to, like, balance really well. Like, this guy isn't very slippery like some mechs are. Like, some of the Marvel mechs have really thin feet, so they're, like, prone to fall over quite easily. But this guy can actually keep himself stable quite well because the feet are so large, and it helps balance him a lot better, so I really do appreciate that. On the backs of the arms, you can see that there's two wings coming off, and then you have this little, like, robot arm piece right here to be like a little antenna coming off the back. Yeah, overall, I really do quite like this build. However, this isn't it for the build, because this is it for the Titan Mech build. However, this is a 2-in-1 set. You want to get the instructions for the Titan Mech and the actual polybag, but if you go to LEGO.com, it actually gives you instructions on how to rebuild it into Zane's Titanium Dragon, which is a legacy set we still haven't gotten at all yet, and I hope we do get one day. So let me rebuild it into that and show you what that one looks like. Here's the alternate build for the mech, and this guy is a little rough. He looks okay, but he really doesn't look great. He does look like he's made out of spare parts, and as a build made out of spare parts, he's fairly decent, but as like a Titanium Dragon build, he reminds me of the kind of build you'd see in LEGO Dimensions, not on the toy tag, but like when you put the toy tag in the game, this is what the actual vehicle would look like in game. But yeah, it's not an amazing build. There's some cool things going on here, but really, like, it's quite awkward. You can see there's the head of the dragon right here. He has no defined eyes or anything. The face shape is okay. You could tell it's supposed to be a dragon head probably, but it's not amazing. The front legs just use like clips for hands, and you can see there's some exposed studs and everything. It just feels like they were short on parts. You can bend them back or bend them out. There's also just ball joints on the end of them for no reason at all. It's just that was the part that was available. And then the back legs are really thin and tiny, and they look quite funny, honestly, like with everything else considered. And then they're on like a triple ball joint system right here, so the entire thing can be moved up or back or anything. And honestly, there's like a fairly decent range of motion with this guy. I'll give them that, but the actual like aesthetic design of this doesn't really look like a dragon to me. Like, there's bits and pieces here, but yeah, there's not enough going on. The tail is quite bad too. They just use small ball joints right here, and you can tell like it just ends abruptly. It doesn't seem like a full tail. The wings on the side are fairly decent. Like, I think they did fine with that. And then the back is just open, tons of exposed studs and everything. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this guy, but it is the alternate build, and the main build of this set is quite good, so I don't mind that this isn't like superb. This guy is pretty big though. Like, again, I would not, if you show this to me, I would not think this was a polybag. I think this was like a $10 creator set, so that's pretty impressive how big it is for a polybag. But design wise, not my favorite, or not my favorite thing LEGO's ever done, but it's okay. And the Titan Mech version of this is quite good, so I don't mind that this one isn't amazing. But I think that's about gonna do it for my review of the Titanium Mini Mech. As a whole, I think the mech itself is a really, really good build, and while it is like micro scale, so it's not gonna be interesting to everybody, I think it is a really well done build, so if you're interested in it, I highly recommend you pick it up because it's really impressive and I have a lot of fun with it. The alternate build, while it isn't that great, as you can see right here, I think it's good enough, and it is an alternate build, right? If they didn't include an alternate build at all, that would have been perfectly fine. So the fact that this is here just gives you something else to do with this set, but yeah, it's definitely better in the mech form than in the dragon form. But I think that's about all I got to say for this video. Let me know what you thought of this set in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please press like, subscribe if you're new. I do LEGO and Ninjago videos like this every single day, so if you subscribe, you'll be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!